seriously love listening to it.
Hello, everybody. What's up, people? My name is Timmy Dakolo, and you are listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Stay tuned.
Elegbete TV Radio, redefining broadcasting. Listen, you are listening to Elegbete TV Radio. This is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV Radio, the pathfinder for radio. Elegbete TV Radio, we dare to lead.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Idafe Matthew. So you love to come with the Elegbete Water Sports. Where are you? What are you doing? How's the weather with you? How much are you buying for today? How are you able to commute from one point to the other if you live in Nigeria, any part of Nigeria? This is not a Lagos or Abuja thing. How has the fuel subsidy removal affected you? Price of goods, price of transportation, cost of buying fuel. You still run your gen like me, round the clock, or you not set time to run the gen? Have you bought fuel in the new price, or you're still banking on the black market? Is the fuel even available at the new price? I thought that it was supposed to be available since there's a new price. Well, okay, I settled it. Now let's get this whole thing over with and then start moving. I think we're going to walk forward and then walk backward a bit because that's the way the change that we're trying to have in this country would work. I'm not against fuel subsidy removal. If you know me very well, in my former life, I'm a petroleum product marketer, so I know all of the. If there's anybody who can write a book about the whole subsidy scam, I am the guy. I can tell you all of the things that happen. A lot of Nigerians are complaining, and then there's a whole lot of people saying, no, the way they went about it is, but see, there's not going to be a good way to remove fuel subsidy. There's never going to be a good way to remove fuel subsidy. So the earlier you guys get used to it and accept that this is the way it is, the better for everybody. And I think that's exactly where we are right now. For those of you who want to jackpot, you can still jackpot, no problem. If it's not jackpotting, I'm going to be here. Like I've always said to you guys, I'm going to be here and I've got something to do here. Okay, so I'm going to focus on doing that. Having said that, anyway, football happened last night. You know that prodigal son or that stepson that a wicked stepmother wants to see suffer and die, that keeps coming out with good results in school, that keep getting recommendation, that keep getting elevated. That's exactly what Ladaboso is right now. Is a cat with 9 lives or 21 lives or 99 lives. And Jose Mourinho in 20 years finally lost the finals of a UEFA competition, but he didn't take it lightly. Went to the car park and he gave Anthony Taylor his feelings. Why would they give them that much yellow card? Why was that handball not awarded as a penalty? Whatever it is, but the truth is the master is the master. Jose Mourinho, I've lost this one to Sevilla. Sevilla, it doesn't matter who the coach is. If they play you in the finals of what's it called? If they play you in the finals, if they like, let it be Unai Emery, Postecoglou, whoever can, whatever the coach is, Sevilla have a higher chance of winning, and it's a good thing that is stretched down to penalty even. So let's look at it from that angle and have some talk about it. What's your talking point? What's your take from that game? And the Flying Eagles. This is how I'm going to put it. From the one, like I keep saying, I'm not a diehard fan of Ladaboso like I am of Samson Sessa, for instance, but I didn't like the way everybody was shredding him. Everybody was, taking him apart. I didn't think it was right because we played against Dominican Republic and people say we could have beaten them 7-6-8 goals to nothing. But what people forgot about is the fact that a win is a win. It gives you 3 points. And when we came third in the group stage with 6 points and people said we're going to play the host, everybody said we're going to get knocked out. I wasn't really sure. Yeah, it was easy to predict that one, that we're going to get knocked out. Look at the way they play, and then look at the way the Argentines play. But I think the man have done well, taking out the Argentine game. That's the game that have the most crowd. You would expect that the pressure on the team would be high based off of the fact that they were playing against the host team, but they didn't shake, they didn't bother. One of the things that I saw in that game tactically, the Flying Eagles took man marking to another level. The way they close marked the Argentines, the way they were willing to put their bodies, their commitment to the game was something else. And all of them, Bamiyi, the captain of the team, and a host of other players in the team, were playing to show that they deserve to be there, and probably they were the best Nigeria have at the moment, and they were good representative of Nigeria, and it's not by accident that they were there. And I think I love that about them. I really feel very happy looking at the team and saying, okay, this is the Nigerian team. From going from the Sevilla game, watching on two different screens, going from the Sevilla game and then seeing that game and then seeing it to the end, you have to stay till 12 midnight or cross past 12 midnight, 2-0 against the host country. I think now they cannot go on and say, you know what, having beat these teams, there's nothing again that can be in front of us. But then again, they shouldn't over celebrate it, because once you do that, you might lose focus. They've won, celebrated the night, and then move on to the next game and see what that holds. But massive congratulations to Ladamboso and his team and his Bamiyi-led team. Fantastic job that they have done so far, and I hope that it continues to go. Who knows? Ladamboso might just be the guy who wins us the World Youth Championship. But just imagine this for a minute, and I'm not reaching too far. But just imagine this for a minute, that Ladamboso wins the Under-20 World Cup. And everybody have said that we've recycled these coaches for too long. We've kept the same set of coaches too long. Would that not eventually not prove the fact that if people fail and you keep giving them chance, eventually they become better at it? Okay, I think that is delivered right now. Second the team to the quarterfinals. But it's not as if we've not been to the quarterfinals before. Some success have taken this team to the finals before. What's it called? Tunde Disu have taken the team in 1989 in Saudi Arabia, where we had the Daman miracle. Taking the team to the finals before. We just need a coach that will win it for us. The way we've won 5 on the 17 World Cup, we just need to win one of these and keep it among our trophy cabinet. Whatever happens, I think Ladamboso have impressed me. I don't know about you. You can give your opinion. Whatever you think about it, you can give your opinion. But let's carry on the journey. Sevilla, AS Roma, and a whole lot of other transfer story will be part of the major story. But let me give you the news item. I've got the flu, so every once in a while you see me sneeze. It's not contagious via streaming, so it's not gonna catch up with you, right? So let's look at the news segment and see all of the stories that is in. Man City are really serious about winning the treble. If the stories that I'm hearing from behind the scene are true. Jose Mourinho labeled English referee Anthony Taylor a fucking disgrace for bullshit decision and confronted him while he tried to leave the Puskas Arena in an extraordinary role after the Europa League final. Taylor was accused of seemingly Spanish for the number of yellow cards he doled at 13, a record for a European final after Mourinho's Roma side were beaten on penalties by Sevilla in Budapest. The Spanish side clinched a record extending 7th Europa League title after winning 4-1 in the shootout, following a 1-1 draw after extra time. But Mourinho, who gave his runners-up medal to a Roma fan, was not about to make peace with his fate as he waited to angrily confront the referee. Well, confrontation or not, there is nothing that changes. Mourinho was made to suffer his first ever loss in a European final after his side went down in dramatic penalty shootout, with Paulo Dybala's first half opener cancelled out by Gianluca Mancini's unfortunate own goal. So Roma did all the scoring, but when it mattered most, they didn't score. Okay, the showdown had spilled over into an unsightly scenes of tension and frustration. However, numerous players and coaches were shown yellow cards after taking umbrage with several of Taylor's decision. Okay, Mourinho himself was booked, and his anger towards the officiating continued into the post-match interview. One particular moment of controversy forced the Roma bench back to their feet with a potential Fernando handball not given in the latter stage of normal time. Well, is this Jose Mourinho's goodbye? I was telling a friend while I was watching the game, my friend in Sweden was chatting with my former teammate. I was chatting, and it was like, Jose Mourinho wins this one, he would still stay with Roma. But if he lose, what do I think? I said, if they lose, which I thought they would lose, I said it yesterday morning, that I think that would open the gate for him to go to Paris Saint-Germain or probably Real Madrid, because there is the talk that Carlo Ancelotti might leave, might be kicked out of Real Madrid. So there's two major openings in football. It's not going to go back to Tottenham. Tottenham is too small right now, too useless, too shitty a club for Jose Mourinho to go to. So that door will be opened, and we'll hope to see where it goes. But we saw Jose Mourinho throw his silver medal, runners-up medal to a Roma fan, and we've seen him do that before with the Carabao Cup medal. So this is not the first time you will see Jose Mourinho throwing his medal or handing his medal to the fans. But then that has now raised the question: is this the last game of Jose Mourinho in Roma? Jose Mourinho have won his heart to the fans of AS Roma, just as he did with the fans of Inter Milan, the fans of Chelsea, some fans of Manchester United, and Manchester United always have the good fans and the idiot fans, so you can't warm your heart to all of them. And even some very few fans of Tottenham Hotspur will like him. Great fans of Real Madrid also will like him. FC Porto as well. So everywhere he goes, he connects with the fans. And I think that no matter what the sanctions, because definitely UEFA will come up with sanctions for him. No matter what happens, the fans would see him differently. They will love him just the way Napoli fans love Maradona and Victor Osimhen. So the question is this just his goodbye? Mourinho throws his losers medal into the crowd and waves to fans. Jose Mourinho throws the losers medal into the crowd and waves Roma fans after the Europa Cup. Now the question is being begging, is this the final game for him at AS Roma? Jose Mourinho threw his runners-up medal into the crowd and waved them emotionally at Roma fans after narrowly falling short of Europa League glory on Wednesday night. That also means that AS Roma did not qualify for the UEFA Champions League next season. Mourinho, who boasted a perfect European final record ahead of Roma's trip to Budapest, oversaw Roma's 4-1 defeat on penalties against Sevilla. Sad to see that. We're talking about sadness. There's another sadness somewhere. It is not looking crystal clear that Mancini is going to leave Chelsea, and it's looking like Manchester United are leading the chase for the signing of this player. My question to Manchester United fan is: Mancini the solution to your midfield problem? Is it the guy who comes in and perfectly turns to Michael Carrick? Remember when Michael Carrick was signed for Tottenham Hotspur for Manchester United? He came in and solved a problem. Just the same way I asked yesterday, is Harry Kane going to be another Robin Van Persie if he's signed? Because Harry Kane have also said he would love to go to Manchester United, and it would be a good one. But Daniel Levy is saying that, yeah, he's not going to stand in his way this time, but he doesn't want him to play for an English club. He'll be happy to see him go to either Real Madrid or Bayern Munich. Let's see what happens there. But Thiago Silva, the best player of Chelsea in the last couple of seasons, the former Brazilian captain, has made his feeling crystal clear over Mancini's seemingly inevitable Chelsea exit. The centre-back responded to a Chelsea fan account on Instagram, repeating claims that the Englishman has agreed personal terms with Manchester United. Silva commented below with two sad face, tearful emojis, and it appears as though the Stamford Bridge club will be losing their homegrown star. The Brazilian's reaction on Instagram perhaps indicate the mood of the dressing room, disappointed to lose one of the core members of the group. Well, that's up for what's it called, Mauricio Pochettino to deal with whatever the decision is. But my question to Chelsea fans: does losing Mason Mount affect the structure of the team? Is it that important that you would be weeping or crying that he's leaving your team, as Thiago Silva is seen on social media doing? Or that's crocodile tears, or that's fake, that's just fake emotion and all that? Manchester United will step up pursuit of Chelsea midfielder Mason Mount after the FA Cup final, with personal terms unlikely to be an issue about the club's 30 million apart from in their valuation. Anyway, the value of the player from Chelsea is, I think, about 85 million, and that's nobody's going to buy Mason Mount 85 million. Come on, let's be very honest here. Manchester United are saying they will pay 55 million, but let's see how it goes. Manchester United will accelerate their suit for Mason Mount following the FA Cup finals, with the Chelsea star expected to leave to Old Trafford in the coming days. Manchester United are set to pay Harry Maguire, pack your load and go in Jesus' name. are willing to give him payoff. Give him if you work offshore, your parents work offshore. If you worked in an oil rig, there's something called payoff. When your job comes to an end, they give you payoff settlement to go and chill somewhere. Okay, with plenty milk and plenty provisions to cool your mind. Okay, Manchester United are saying, okay, so we cannot tear your contract just like that. So we're willing to give you what's that called? What's that thing called in law? NDA. Okay, we're willing to give you an NDA and plus a massive reward. Okay, I just started watching this series now, Reasonable Doubt on Hulu. Yes, Hulu. It's on Hulu, and I'm enjoying it. But I'll continue just the second episode. I'm already enjoying it. And you know me and law. Law was my first calling. My mother just said that all lawyers will go to hell. That's how I went to go and study engineering. I still feel on the inside, I still feel like a lawyer anyway. Manchester United are set to pay Harry Maguire £10 million to leave Old Trafford this summer. This is dispute settlement. So this is like divorce settlement anyway. With the out of favor captain still having 2 years to run on his £190,000 a week contract, Harry Maguire is in line for £10 million payoff from Manchester United if he leaves Old Trafford after Saturday's FA Cup final. Is set to be his last game as a United star. Okay, let's talk about Tottenham fans and their reaction. Almost every manager that they've tried to employ have turned them down. Now it looks like one coach who won the Scottish Premier League is giving them green light. But let's not forget that one team called Aston Villa employed a coach who won the Scottish Premier League, and it didn't end well. They almost got relegated until the Tinkerman, the man who came in for rescue, came in, Unai Emery, and before I say good evening, he had rescued them and qualified them for Europe. Now, Tottenham Hotspur fans are saying, yes, we need another coach, we need a good coach, but is this guy, his name looked like post office. It's like a combination of post office and glue and all that. Is this the guy that, his name also, his other name sounds like anger. Is this the guy that we need, the guy that will come and anger us? Well, Fulham Tottenham fans launched campaign to stop Ange Postecoglou from becoming sports manager next season. Okay, we can't have this guy managing us. That's what they're saying. But my question to sports fans, who do you really want? You've had Jose Mourinho, you chased him away. You've had Antonio Conte, you frustrated him out. Who do you really want? You've had Harry Redknapp, you've had Martin Yol. Who have you guys not employed, and what have you gotten? I think that this time you need to go for the unknown. Yeah, maybe you just might get something, or you wake up the dead. Definitely not an English coach. English coaches don't win anything for people. And for a team like Spurs, it's even worse because they don't even win anything in the first place. Okay, the angry fans of Tottenham Hotspur have launched an aggressive Twitter campaign amid ongoing speculation. And Postecoglou will be the next manager in the Premier League for Tottenham Hotspur. Sorry about that. No matter how angry you are, my people go say, no matter the corner eye, don't say that corner, no matter the corner eye of foul, when the time for sacrifice reach, you don't go stop the team doctor from winding the neck, you go still wind up. So that's what the matter be. Sometimes there are footballers who transcend the sport. I bet very few, a couple in each generation, maybe. And as the curtain comes down on Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi's era of dominance, the shift to others has already begun. And who is that player? Who is that player that they are talking about? As Manchester City supporters battle their way through Terminal 4 at the Adolfo Suarez Madrid Barajas Airport last month, they were greeted by their number 9 arms cross, staring right down the lens. Okay, Erling Haaland wore a fancy Breitling watch, okay, in a prime advertising spot just beyond passport control. The picture was impossible to miss. This is the pool Haaland now has. Commercially, he is growing into a phenomenon few can match, and there is a feeling that the space is his and Kylian Mbappe for the next decade. Victor Osimhen go fight for that space. So it is why his representative Rafaela Pimenta is comfortable openly talking of the prospect of breaking records. I think that if Victor Osimhen puts a good PRO team together, it will slice into the middle of these two guys properly, especially if he's willing to put in the work rate and play the game on the field. And then his PRO team works very well. It will slice into the middle. He just needs to know how to use his brand properly. The thing is, he's using his football well, but I don't think he's using his brand well enough. Now let's go back to another story about Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur that likes to sell their players very expensive for everybody are now begging for a club to cut down the price because they don't have money. Enjoy my binu, shano me to your law. Please help me. Help me. Don't carry me to where I don't know. Tottenham will ask Juventus for a cut price on Dejan Kulusevski. The deal, instead of triggering the 24.9 million pounds clause with the Italian side, backed into a corner and set to miss out on 120 million from loan players not being sold. Tottenham Hotspur are trying to take advantage of that, like a rapist. Okay, Tottenham will be asking Juventus, please come and discount this one for us, because now we're not buying him because we need him. We're buying him because it's surplus to requirement, and we're trying to help you. Well, it's business. Anybody who can get the deal across the line is the one who gets it done. So let's see how that goes. But well, it's time for us to get to your thoughts on all other sporting matter. Let's start with Instagram, where a lot of people have been dropping some stuff. Okay, Tosin_T say offline Eagles, and they put fire there. You know, say I'm the worst person to interpret emojis, unless my daughter Ruki, my 9-year-old daughter Ruki is here. I don't know jack about emojis, so when you post it, I just look at it. Mr. Sugar, what carry you enter yellow coat this morning? It's still fine, Sha. Good morning, boss. Some people just like to talk, Sha. But no matter what you wear, no matter what you do, they just feel like it's their right to have an opinion. Mr. Sugar wanted to say, I am happy for the Flying Eagles, but let's not get carried away. This win calls for more hard workers. When whoever will come against us now will come more prepared, and let them come. The harder they come, the harder they fall. Haven't you heard that before? We would see. Let's be happy for the win, because there are so many people say this is the end of the road, but somehow they keep saying it. When we want to play Italy, they say Italy will beat us. We beat Italy. When we want to play Brazil, they say they'll beat us, they beat us. I want to play Argentina, everybody say Argentina will beat us than the host country. Well, they won. So let's celebrate their win first. Even if they lose the next game, after all, we're not expected to progress before. So what's the big deal? Esteban Mendez say congratulations to the Flying Eagles. My 520-liter fuel wasn't a waste. This was sheer determination from the lads. Thank you very much. It's not just sheer determination from the lads. So there was tactical master plan from the coach that we must give credit to. Okay, Sister Nile might say your analysis always on point. Thank you very much. Mr. Sugar is say happy that Mourinho. Wow, some people are just sad this year. Happy that Mourinho lost because of his negative approach to football, especially in finals. Roma sat back too much yesterday. To my understanding, you don't understand football. Roma was the better team in that game. That's the best way they could have played if they had gone out. So the thing about people calling that style of football negative, you see, Arsenal did not win the league title because in some games, Arteta did not realize that you cannot go gun for gun with a team that have an atomic bomb. There are some games where you need to sit back. Playing dirty to win is also tactics. I don't know who confused the mind of a lot of people that says you must play the Pep style to win every game. No, that's not true. The great era of Sir Alex Ferguson is clothed in a saying that championship winning teams find a way to get results even when they're not playing well. And then again, let me just say this as a football person. I grew up knowing that finance is not a place where you go and play fine football. Finance is a place where you just go and win. How you win it, it doesn't matter to anybody. Just go there, focus on the win, and get it. Yesterday, win yesterday. Penalty is a game of luck, but I think that they gave a good account of themselves. Let's not forget that the 2 goals that were scored in that game were scored by Roma players. So I'm not really going to sit back here and say it was negative football. Negative football, they had chances, they hit the woodwork, I don't think it was negative football. You might call it negative football, but I don't think that was negative football by any shade of the word. Sir Vicky, he said where Chelsea is now, I don't think there is any player that will leave that will affect the squad apart from Thiago in defense. In other words, anybody can go. But let them go. Sir Vicky said Roma played well yesterday. I don't know what Sugar they talk. Sugar say they play negative football. I don't even know what negative football is. I really don't know what negative football is. If you understand my drift, I don't know what negative football is. Odino Remile costs Sevilla league one more time. I don't understand what you wrote there anyway. I can't lie. I don't understand what you wrote there. I wish you can write it and make me understand what you've written. Before I read that, let me also give you guys the speculation around transfer because somebody just sent me a message on WhatsApp now that, bros, what's going on with the transfer gist? We've not heard anything. Yeah, I agree. And they talk about Benzema going to what's it called, Saudi Arabia with that kind of money. Football is strange. Oh. Football is very, very strange. I'm not even looking at it from the footballer's perspective. I'm looking at it from the people who are paying the money. How rich would you be for you to say you're willing to pay that much amount of money? Now there is a $1 billion, $1 billion, €1 billion price tag on Messi to come and sign it to. Hey, Jesus, football sweet. So the people they pay the money now, I want to be like, I don't want to be like the footballers. I want to be like the people they pay the money. Yeah, because you have to be super, super, super powerful and rich to be able to do that kind of money. Manchester United have agreed personal terms with Chelsea midfielder Mason Mount, although the Old Trafford club are yet to agree a transfer for the 24-year-old England international who is also wanted by Arsenal and Liverpool. God, let him go to Man United. We don't want him at Arsenal. Whoever is pushing this story that Arsenal wants him is an enemy of our club. We don't want that. God, please, you're a prayer answering God. And you said, if I ask, you would answer. If I seek you, I will find. If I knock, the door will be open. Please let him go to Man United. Man United are the kind of club that like those kind of players. Please let him go there. England defender Harry Maguire could get £10 million from Manchester United if the 30-year-old leaves the club this summer. Okay? Oh yeah, not me. I don't begin fine club. Oh. I don't begin fine club since I must get a club. Even if you like make it be Eyiba or if you like make it be Remo Stars, just give me £10 million. I signed 6 months contract with Remo Stars. I collect £10 million. I play 2, 3, 4 games for Remo Stars, and then I go back to Europe again. I'll go find another club. That's what life does be. £10 million. Hey, I don't take assist for doing absolutely nothing. Hey, okay, no of you. Newcastle United have offered Bruno Guimaraes a £200,000 a week deal to ward off interest from Liverpool, Real Madrid, and FC Barcelona. And make the Brazil midfielder 25 their highest paid player. Okay, Newcastle highest paid is 200, and Arsenal had the audacity to give small boy Bukayo Saka 300,000. Wow, the team will scatter one at the build. Now what's scatter them again? Liverpool are in talks with Argentine midfielder Alexis McAllister 24 over personal terms and hope to complete the signing from Brighton next week. Okay, I like like I said, transfer window is going to be very active from the beginning, and I like the rush already. Yeah, Felix have been offered to Newcastle on a loan deal by parent club Atletico Madrid just days after Chelsea opted not to sign the 23-year-old Portugal forward on a permanent transfer, according to the Mail. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, the one you like to call ROLC 27, has agreed to leave Chelsea for AC Milan as the Serie A club prepare a £30 million offer for the England midfielder. Wow, AC Milan. When you hear that players like what's his name now? Paulo Maldini, Nesta, Yapstam, what's that guy, the former captain? But Franco Baresi, all these guys played for AC Milan. You now hear that all these Fetamuye players now they are not going to AC Milan. And they say now football is not tougher than before. I don't know, Sha. Loftus-Cheek, I know they shade you, but where even angels dare not to tread on. Nah, small children, Congo meet, they go there, they go play. England captain Harry Kane 29 only wants to sign for Manchester United this summer rather than move abroad, but is willing to run down his contract and leave Tottenham as a free agent next season. Real Madrid could move for Kane should French striker Karim Benzema 35 accept a big money offer to play in Saudi Arabia. Tottenham Hotspur will step up their interest in managerial target Ante Postecoglou after the Celtic side have played in Saturday's Scottish Cup finals. Okay, Chelsea will look to sell Senegal centre-back Kalidou Koulibaly, nobody will buy him, 31, who was a £33 million signing from Napoli last season. Nobody will buy him. Keep your player, your monster of a player, keep him. Even your Lukaku, come and carry your Lukaku. Chelsea have also given permission for Manchester City to open talks with their Croatian midfielder Mateo Kovacic, okay, who is 29. I don't know why Manchester City needs him anyway. Manchester United, Barcelona, and Inter Milan are interested in signing France fullback Benjamin Pavard, one of my best players in the world since 2018, who does not want to renew his contract at FC Bayern when it expires in 2024. Yasser Al-Mashihal, president of the Saudi Arabia FA, says he would personally like to see Al Hilal linked Argentine Lionel Messi 35 play in the Pro League and complete his great leap made by Cristiano Ronaldo, 38, following the Portugal forward move to Al Nassr in January. Sam Allardyce, okay, the man who said he's better than Jose Mourinho and Pep Guardiola, but relegated Leeds United. His tenure as Leeds manager is expected to end today. Today, that shall not be with me in paradise. When the former Bolton and West Ham boss is due to meet with the club hierarchy, but then they could change their mind and say, let's continue the dance. Since now you bring us down finally, you might as well follow us and stay here and see what you can do. Arsenal have offered a triple to triple William Saliba's wages in a new contract offer worth £120,000 a week. I told you guys that story yesterday, but fear of losing him, the 22-year-old is being tracked by Paris Saint-Germain, and Paris Saint-Germain are willing to pay times. They're willing to pay him £400,000 a week. While Arsenal is offering him, he used to earn £40,000 a week, and that's his current contract. Arsenal are willing to take it to 120. But let's be very honest here. You are William Saliba. You play in this club, and they're giving that small rat £300,000 a week. That guy that's in Nigeria now, and Bukayo Saka, and they are telling you they want to give you 120. That be scatter. They want scatter the club. I'm not gonna take. I don't take, because first of there's offer. My contract is running out. I'm in a very strong position. I'm not gonna take anything they want to do. Better do. Nottingham Forest are looking to sell 31-year-old English midfielder John Joshua, who they signed from Newcastle in January, but didn't contribute anything. Burnley are interested in Spain midfielder Fabian Ruiz, and Paris Saint-Germain are willing to sell the 27-year-old if they receive the right offer. So, Burnley, are you willing to put in the right offer? Let's see how it goes. Well, that's all the transfer speculations that we've got. Let's go back to Instagram and see what you guys have said. Mr. Sugar, it seems like today is the day where you dominate all the story. What was that? Not so versed about the coach joke I beg, but where these Saudi Arabians they see this money, and they get oil, and they get the best oil in the world, and that's enough. Creator Idali, my brother, my friend, fantastic guy. Say good morning, what's best? Thank you very much. I greet you. I salute you big time. Okay, so let's move back to my guys, my people on YouTube, and see what they are throwing there. I didn't remember say. I felt like Jose Shao, Roma played well. Maybe they could have just packed the bus in the second half like they did against Bayern. Well, they wanted to be adventurous, and some people still say that they play negative football. So happy for the Nigerian team after the win against Argentina. Impressive performance. Kudos to Ladan Bonso. Mayowa, Mike, hey, Mayowa, how you doing? It's been nice chatting with you, getting to know you way more. Okay. He said, good morning, my brother, and everyone listening and watching, as God remembered Mary in the 6th month, and Angel Gabriel visited her with the greatest news. So shall you be visited with good news? Okay, this is not our pastor again. I want to turn our show to church now. Divide, okay, say people like Oduni and Mayowa won't want to let someone be first when they are around. I felt for Jose. All these guys, they comment before the show starts. Once the link is up, they don't comment. They don't drop their mind. When they are around, I felt for Jose yesterday. Is there anything the English are good for as regard football? They're good. They're good with the media. They're good with the media, and that's, to be very honest, the one thing that they are good at is the best part of the whole conversation. They are good with the media. The kind of money that English. You know that the club that got relegated, Southampton, that got relegated, got about £85 million. Some teams that win the league in their country didn't get even up to that. So think about it. Napoli is not going to make that amount of money. Okay, so they are good at something. They're good at using the media very well, and they are even tracking all the people now that are streaming their matches for free and sending them to jail. Man, the system is working in England. When I tell people that it's not just football, there is a business empire around the football. They think I'm joking. You see how the law acted very swiftly to put those 5 people in jail, 11 years each for free streaming. But then again, I think for those who stay in England, you would understand this thing that I'm saying now. In England, I think that there is a scam that needs to be fixed. First off, it is too expensive to watch the league on TV. And I know that they said they did that because they want people to go to stadium, right? But to pay £60 monthly on Skybox, and then when you pay that, you might not even get every game. So you have to go and buy the BT box and buy the other ones. you open the room for people to exploit the streaming things that they are doing. You might be fighting these people right now, but eventually they will still succeed. It's a technology battle. They will succeed. This time they will not be doing it from England. There are people who will be doing it from outside England. And I agree it is sabotage, but then the only way you can get yourself in is make sure you bring the price down. I think it is too expensive when you live in England to watch the league on TV. Well, the excuse that okay, they are not interested in people watching it domestically. The English league is not for domestic TV. The English league is for international TV. So domestically, you're supposed to go to the stadium. I agree with that logic, but still, it's still too expensive. But then, because there are some people who just don't want to go to the stadium, who are sick, who are not feeling fine, but they want to watch their favorite team, they should be able to watch it without losing their entire pension or life savings. That's my thought anyway. I don't live in England. I'm not sure I would ever live in England. Creator Ideally says that Sevilla's wisdom should be noted. They focus on a route they know best, knowing they don't have the squad to challenge for the Spanish truck. And they tell you, and then they're back in the Champions League. Who cares about what position you finish when you know that, see, for as long as it is the Europa, we go winner. There's nobody in this competition that knows it. In short, the competition now they in love with Sevilla. The competition is in love with Sevilla. That's the way I see it. Even when they are not playing well, they find a way to win. So, I mean, see that game against Juventus now. Juventus was the better side in that game, but where Suso and the two guys that they changed, number 17 and number 7, Suso forgotten the other guy's name, came off the bench and scored those 2 goals, and they were in the final. So it's something that is beautiful. Divine Tokyo is saying that Aboso is delivering and deserves all the accolades. Okay. Dichala Ufoma say, what a great game against Argentina. I love their agility, discipline, and doggedness. He has learned from all his mistakes, and he has made the boys so focused. They don't need long sequence to break opposition, which is very, very good. And then Dichala Ufoma went on to say, I just feel everything just did not favor Roma yesterday. The game, yes, classic chess. The game was, I guess that's what you want to say. The game was a classic chess game. I love the way the game went. Okay, Mancini was just ready to ensure the game did not go for Roma. Right? Divine Takaya says, somebody should keep Super Eagles and Chelsea jersey from Kim Kardashian and Drake as well. I don't think those people have. I don't think that those people have anything with Super Eagles. But Chelsea, I cannot say. Chelsea, nobody gave anybody jersey before the. You see this calamity way enter Chelsea, so you think that that somebody do it's worse now. This Alabama said Todd Bolly has started again. Oh, how can one of the type of this thing well? Man, I'm not going to go read it. If I read it on the type here, all I'm going to do. How can they be talks for Kovacic to go? How did they allow his contract to run to 1 year left? Chelsea will stay next season with no experience. I hail Todd. Okay, Messi man can go. He has not just a game changer. At least Todd should make small money. They are hyping it. Okay. Divine Tokoya says hybrid 10. Paleo, Divine, sorry, that's the digital format. Divine Tokoya says, I'm happy to see Mount Kovacic, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Gallagher, and even Kante leave. That midfield has needed a rejig for long now. Emotional and sentiment apart, the midfield has not structured anything recently. Okay, I agree with you on that one. I think that Frank Lampard was too emotional with the way he was running the Chelsea team. And then Graham Potter also came in with his own agenda for English football. All of them are eyeing the England national team job, so they're trying their best to be too extremely nice to English players and see what they can do. Additional must say, make Maguire collect and go. And then Tottenham is not ready, Joe. They are babies that can never achieve anything. They should humble themselves because now relegation pattern, then they go so now they will not be relegated. that club with that kind of stadium, even the establishment will not allow them to go on relegation. No. Don't mention Spurs and relegation in the same sentence, but definitely winning something is going to be very, very hard. The other one just say, Postem what? Remind me of the name of a certain drug. Postino, right? Just call it Postino 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, used to do bad things. Okay, you're Larry, you're a bad guy. You're a bad guy. In the days of yore, you are a bad guy. But then Rebecca say Madrid should go for Osimhen now. Okay. The Larry say congratulations to Sevilla. They are the Real Madrid of the UEFA Europa League. And then he said, I feel for Mourinho, but hey, you win some and you lose some. Hybrid say yellow coat reminds me of a black American pastor or pimp daddy. You always these days you know how to, since you've learned how to talk any hasha, but I'm trying not to ignore you, but I will soon be ignoring you now. I felt Roma's best bet was to win it in the regular time because I felt Sevilla would be better in penalties. Is there anybody that's really better on penalties? Penalties is luck. Penalties is luck. Like, I don't really think that there is one team you say, okay, this team, they are better on penalties. It's just luck. Because goalkeepers choose where they dive to. They just dive, go, and then the ball hit there. You play, you hit the bar. You play, it goes over the bar. You play, it goes. So I don't think there is any such thing as a team or a player that is good with penalty. It's my opinion. I might be wrong. But then, again, look at it from this angle. It's not just one kick. So let's say you have a Balotelli or a Yekini on your team who don't miss penalties, right? But then it's like 5 players guaranteed to play. There's one who would get that nerves on them and then lose focus and something just happens. But hey, I don't think there is anybody that is good on penalties. But I thought if Roma wanted to win that game, like I said yesterday morning, Roma wanted to win that game, they should win it in regular time. I always felt Sevilla will win it because it's their competition. Okay. Creator Diallo say Bono as a keeper is the only African challenging Victor Osimhen for the CAF best, but Osimhen should have it. No, not be Bono, bros. Bros, no. You're getting that one wrong. There's a guy that would challenge us. See, Man City, I've said this here before. Man City goes on to win the FA Cup, win the FA Cup on Saturday, and go on to win the Champions League next week. And let's say hypothetically, Mahrez scores the winning goal in the FA Cup finals. Mahrez goes on to score the winning goal in the Champions League finals. Nothing anybody go talk. Osimhen not going to win the award. Osimhen not going to win now. And that's not because Osimhen is not way better than Mahrez. Mahrez have not contributed anything. No. But awards are given based on sentiment. And sometimes the last run of games are always the decider. So let me give you a very good example for people who don't deserve award that have won it. Zidane winning the best player of the France 98 World Cup. That's the worst award given to anybody. Now, if you know me, I'm a fan of Zidane. Like I love Zidane to the very death. But if you say Zidane is the winner of that award, even in the French team, he wasn't the best player of that year. Okay, there were players like Lizarazu, Lilian Thuram, Donga, and so Didier Deschamps, who were fantastic in that tournament, right? Now, let's even put that aside. The tournament itself, the best team of that tournament that didn't win the tournament was Croatia. So if you're going to win, give the best player of that tournament, it should come from Croatia. Yeah, Akan Sokol was the highest goal scorer, but I think that, what's his name now? Robert Prosinecki had a great World Cup in 98. But guess what? Zidane scored 2 headed goals in the finals, and he was the best player. Let's go to 1994, African Cup of Nations. Emmanuel Amunike didn't kick a single ball from game 1 to the finals. Scored 2 goals in the finals and was given African Player of the Year. That's the worst award ever given, apart from that one, the 1999 one given to Kanu Nwankwo, that does not have any rationale, okay, for giving him that award. But hey, it is what it is. So if Mahrez, Bono, two days from now, people forget whether Bono even do anything. You know why? Because whatever his performance is at the world, people don't forget him. The voting is always going to sit with the last line of result performances leading to the award. And the 2 big moments will be for Mahrez to come in and win the FA Cup for Manchester City, or win the Champions League in the finals against Inter Milan for Man City, and everybody would hang on to that and say, oh, because voting is by block. So first off, the Francophone countries will vote with the Arabs. they are always voting together. Then the Anglophone countries are the ones that are always divided in Africa. So West Africa have 16 countries, right? There are 16 countries in West Africa. The 16 countries cannot even agree because inside the 16 countries, over half of them are francophone. They will vote with the Arabs. So unless Mahrez does not do well, then it's Victor Osimhen's. Currently, is Victor Osimhen's African Footballer of the Year award. But again, it is hard for a goalkeeper to win the African Footballer of the Year. So I'm not even seeing Bono. I'm not saying Bono is not good, but I'm not seeing him as a contender with Victor Osimhen. My position is that Man City should win their treble, but may Mahrez not put up a performance in both finals. If he does, story don't change. Me, I want Victor Osimhen to win that award. That's all I have in my mind. Creator Dali say I can't say I will be here next season. He said I will go on holiday on Monday. Then we will speak. I told the owners I will tell them if I start talks with another club. I don't know where that is coming from. Is that Victor Osimhen's? Is that a quote from Victor Osimhen or someone else? Whose quote is that, bros? You didn't tell us the person who made that quote, so I don't know who you're talking about. I didn't have to say Gattuso Sef. You come Loftus-Cheek to AC Milan. Hey, Michael. It says Suso. And yes, Suso and Eric Lamela was the person I was trying to remember. Suso and Lamela against Juventus were torn in the flesh of Juventus after Disavlaovic scored that goal for Juventus. They came in and they just turned the game on its head against Juventus. I think Sevilla just have this thing about them and the Europa Cup. Like, you know what? The hardest part is to get out of the group. Once we get out of the group, the knockout stage, we don't care who you put in front of us. Over 2 legs, we'll beat them. And then we'll get to the finals. I don't know. We don't know where you want to play us, but we just can't lose. That's the feeling that they have. Okay. So it's hard to really knock them down. And Hybrid say England is the most parasitic country in the world. I think it's America, actually. My opinion, I might be wrong. I think America is the most parasitic country in the world. Like America, I don't want to use the word hate because it's very heavy, but I don't like America. First off, they're very arrogant. That they feel like the whole world owe them. Worst country in the world, but they feel like the whole world owe them. They feel like they are doing everybody favor. That's a different conversation for another day. But England is part of them because England and America, same of the same, two countries with two different paintbrush. Okay, and then he went on to say, I can't believe the spicy kuli and spicy zobo. They help clear my throat and block nose due to cold. Michael says, thank you very much. Say, if Kardashian can't wear Chelsea jersey, join. That's worse. I will say, I beg, ignore me, myself. Go ignore you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That would be very, very nice. Oluwaseyi Adebowale, as a former player, bros, if you win the coin toss for a shooter, do you choose to take the penalties first or second? Okay, so there are different coin toss. First coin toss is for which side of the goalpost that the penalty kicks would happen. So once you do that, then you go back again for who kick first. It's head or tail. So sometimes some people like to kick first. For me, if I'm the captain and I'm going for the coin toss, I always want to take second. The reason being that I penalty shooters, I've always noticed that people who take second mostly, statistically, mostly win the shooter. I don't know anything that is attached to it. Let's be honest. I don't know anything that is attached to it, but there's this thing about, okay, they go first, they play, and then the pressure is on you. Once you score that one, they are coming again. There's a little bit of tension that, okay, this is a dog fight now. So there's always that tension that hangs in there. But I think I would, I've never been the captain of a team, so I don't know how that works. I've never been the captain of a team, so it's a different conversation entirely on that front. But what I would do if I was the one that was picking the penalty kick, I would definitely kind of like say, let's kick second, and then let them kick first. And then again, choosing the side of the post is more important to me. So your fans are on this side, and my fans are on this side. If I'm choosing, I would like my goalkeeper to be on the side where our fans is, because that's the strongest advantage. It's not necessarily the who kick first or who kick second, okay? But the side where your fans is, because when you are playing and their goalkeeper is in goal, your fans are loud. Like it or not, we're all humans. We have emotion, we have feelings. There is high level of distraction that can come in. So that loud fans gives you advantage. But then there are players who don't even care. Okay, there are players who don't care. Like when I played football, I think the more aggressive the fans are, the more likely I will play well. Okay, I remember getting stab here on my hand, and then again one on my lap here in Boko. From the one my hand was in Makodi, no, in Meduguri, and then the one in my lap is in Makodi. Most times you just feel like, you know what, we're at war. They're not supposed to be my friends. They're not supposed to like me. If they like, they insult me, I really don't care. I played under a coach that was racist, like in Europe. I played under a coach that, like, seeing you just disgusting because you're black. But guy, you know, also you can't hustle. So sometimes you just have to look through the eyes of the faces of these people and move on. For choosing penalties, I'd rather choose the side that the goalkeeper, the kick will be taken, like, than to pick who plays first, because that one is the biggest advantage you have when your opponent is about to play and your fans are shouting at them. And you've seen in competition where, especially those ones that happen in the night, where the fans are using laser lights to put in their eyes. We've seen that against what's it called, Mo Salah, some other players like that. So it's something that just gives you that edge, especially in a packed stadium. But then again, what if it's not a packed stadium? It's not a full house. What do you do in that situation? Or probably it's a Nations Cup and the host are in the finals and the game is going into penalty. That one you have to pray to God, like, God, now your hand with it. You know, that's the way it is. Oduni Remeleko say, no, that's from Mourinho. Okay. Let me go back again and see. Creator Dali, he say, I can't say I will be here next season. Mourinho said, okay, I will go on holiday on Monday. Then we will speak. I told the owners I will tell them if I start talks with another club. This is another way of saying I might leave, because there's no sure response to that. But looking at the availabilities that will be there, I don't know. Maybe Mourinho might go to Real Madrid. That is if they let Carlo Ancelotti go, or he might go to Paris Saint-Germain. I'm not saying that they're going to sack Christopher Gatia, but it does look like the management, the board of Paris Saint-Germain are not impressed with what he's done last season. Yes, they won the league title, but it wasn't a beautiful one. I don't think Jose Mourinho will go to Bayern Munich. I don't think that Jose Mourinho is the kind of guy that the hierarchy, the structure of Bayern Munich would love to have. And I also know that at Bayern, they are not happy with this last title that they won. They felt like they didn't win the title. It was a title that didn't feel like a title, okay? That's why Salimi Hadik have been kicked out. Oliver Kahn have been kicked out, which is very sad. I feel sad for them because I just started a conversation with them like a few days ago, sent me a script or something to do for them in Abuja, and this guy's just leaving. When you just start having a very productive conversation with people and then they kicked out, a new set of people comes in. I'm not saying they're going to cancel it, but then again, it means that you need to reintroduce yourself. You need to start again. You love to have, when you're doing business with people, you love to see stability. It helps growth of business, especially when the relationship is up and down. You need to see that stability. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Well, whoever comes in, I still have a deal with Bayern, so we'll rock it and see where it goes. I want to say congratulations to Bayern for being able to win a title that doesn't look like a title. Whatever it is still a title. It's going to, 10 years from now, nobody will remember how badly they played this season to almost losing it in the one in the final day. And again, if this had happened in England, it would have been reported differently of how much resilience Bayern Munich have, how solid they are, what stuff of champions that they are. That's why I always say that it is the media that sells a football league. It's the media, the narrative. Again, that's the same reason why I feel if Osimhen gets the right PR team, people like Jale Kingsley and a host of others, get the right PR team, the right lawyers. So he currently earns a 100,000 euros a week. I would gladly put 20,000 euro aside every week to say, this is what runs my PR team. That's a full management team. And so that means like 80,000 euros every month, right? That goes into that, the whole business of my PRO, my lawyer, people who decide my itinerary when the season is over, instead of just coming to Nigeria and play street football. I'm not saying it's not going to do that, but instead of just playing street football, You need to be able to take me to Miami. You need to be able to take me to California. You need to be able to take me to places where, even if it's just photo op, I have a picture with Tyler Perry, I have a picture with Michael Jordan, have a picture. It's not going to make anything today, but it's going to make some very, very big splash in the water tomorrow. Take, for instance, you see Osimhen having breakfast with Shaquille O'Neal or Michael Jordan or Tyler Perry. What it means is every business in Nigeria would want to do business with Osimhen instantly. It's a no-brainer. It's just a normal, regular thing. And then again, you see him probably attending the Milan Fashion Week, the Paris Fashion Week, because he's got a thing or two for fashion. And then you see him at the London Fashion Week. He's sitting front stage there, just got a VIP access and his dress there. Then he does red carpet. He does a few interviews and there. Eventually, when people like JT Bank are doing that, their fashion show, they will invite him. When they're doing that, their food and something that JT Bank normally does, they will invite him. And those little money is what add up to the money that takes it. I've not seen anybody play football and become a billionaire. Nobody. It's like music. No amount of music you said that make you a billionaire. But it is a business that you build on the side, the business that you attach to it. And from my research, most people, especially from the black side of the world, who retire before starting business, always get duped, always get used, always get, wasted, and there's frustration. But if you already have a team, a business team, go back and watch the Magic Johnson interview where he talked about when he wanted to become a business person. The first thing they told him is, you can't be the best basketball player in the world and have mediocre lawyers and mediocre managers and the rest of them. You have to shut them down and then get them the very best. And I think it's a model. It's one of the things that I love about Americans in their businesses. I might not love the country like I used to when I was growing up, but in terms of how they do their branding and their business, I think they're the best. The English people are the best when it comes to the hype and the media and the rest. But when it comes to business within sports, Americans are top of the league. Well, we've come to the end of the show today. It's 9:56 a.m. The Lara just says Sevilla, Europa League. No, okay, that's from Mourinho. That's according to the regular correspondent. Talking about the quote from Adele Kisley, which Adele Kisley have also sent the correct one. Thank you very much for everybody who joined in on the show today. God bless you and have a wonderful day. Let's do this again tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, the last edition of the week. Ikewe Herbert says that my eyes is on England under 20. Was happy they crashed. Jesus Christ. Was happy they crashed that. I would have loved this team to meet them all the way. Congrats to our under 20 and Sevilla. Why are you happy that England crashed that first? Let's know. You know that England team have a lot of Nigerians there, right? And you're happy that they crashed that. What's making you happy that he crashed that? That's the part that I don't understand. Creator Dali have this one to say on Instagram. He said the media is so important. Thanks to media right, Baka is able to escape a problem that should have kept them in the grave for 10 years. I'm telling you, media is key. A lot of people, when I was in a meeting with some executive in Nigerian League, and I was telling them that it's not that Nigerian football is bad. Like, oh, we can't make it a $5 billion industry. It's a $5 billion industry. The reason why it is the way it is because we've not activated the media side of it. We look at every league in the world that is thriving. There is a league here, and then there is the media. So the media is like the PR of the league. It's only in Nigerian league where the media is working against the league. So it is almost impossible to grow. It's like planting good seed, acorn seed, and looking forward to having oak tree. But every day you go to water it with hot water that have acid in it. No matter how good, how fertile the soil is, it's not going to grow. And that's exactly what our football is facing. So both the individual players and the team, it's the league itself, and then the individual teams need a media strategy, very direct, deliberate, intentional, and strategic media strategy that will run for 10 years. But one of the problems that I've noticed in my working with the league is that most people, whether it's commissioner of sports, whether it's governor, deputy governor, everybody is looking for that low-hanging fruit. Like, okay, hey, Idafe, I like this idea that you're pitching, but what can we do in the next 100 days? I've heard so many people from Uyo to Jos, everybody, oh, we have a new governor coming in now. What's the strategy that you can put in that we can use to, when the governor is talking about his first 100 days in office, they can use this. And the thing about football or sports generally, sports does not have short-term investment. It doesn't have short-term results. There is no way you do sports that you will get short-term results. Everything in sports is long-term. Go look at when France set up the Clenfortin. They take players at the age of 7, 8, 9, 10 and put them in Clenfortin, and they wait for them to grow. Players like Nicolas Anelka, David Trezeguet, Thierry Henry, and a host of other players. Between that time and now, they won 2 World Cup and played in 3 World Cup finals, right? And same for Italy, same for Belgium, same for the Netherlands, who's not even won a World Cup yet. So if you want to grow any sports property, your plan should be long term. If you're not planning long term, it's hard for me to really sit with you and have a conversation that would make sense. Look at the US, the NBA. People talk about the NBA today. The NBA re-evolution started in 1992. 1992 was when the whole Michael Jordan and Nike advert started. If you guys remember, there was the deal already. The Nike team was already on in the 80s. I think it was 84. But the real deal, like when they were going to Barcelona Olympics, was when they came up with that dream team, and Michael Jordan is the dream, is everything. And you saw how that changed the NBA completely. So we must understand that nothing is going to happen overnight. Nothing is going to grow overnight when it comes to football or sports investment. But hey, we live in a country where we want to plant the seed today and want it to germinate and harvest the next day. Everything is 2 minutes noodles as far as we're concerned. Well, we will learn to grow, we'll learn to invest properly, and one day we'll get the strategies right. I hope so. We do. I hope that we do anyway. God bless you guys for being on the show today. Thank you very much for your time. I've got to go now. Got a very, very blocked nose now. I don't know what to deal with it, but I need to go get some medication so that I can free myself of the whole headache that will be coming thereafter. Thank you very much. My name is still Daffy Matches. I'm going to love to come in a little bit on the spot. Have a nice on the spot buffet this morning. Let's do it again tomorrow. Have yourself a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
My name is Frank E. Dear Uropa, that's my name. Talking sports is my game, and I am the greatest. I love listening to Elegbetter TV radio. For undiluted, unadulterated, it's probably replicated, but still not yet duplicated. It's sports only on Elegbetter TV radio. I see.